Hello and welcome to a brand new walkthrough. This is one I'm going to start. It's Earthbound, and I literally played it the other day, completed it for the first time. I only started playing it about a week ago, and already it's like my favourite game of all time. It's incredible. So if you want to see what goes on in the game, if you haven't played it before, please, it's worth watching. Okay, we're going to start off with default names and stuff. You can name them whatever, but if you don't care, it will be Ness, and then she will be called Paula. Oh my, no, Paula. I pressed it too many times, right. Then this is your friend Jeff. Oh, I've done it again. Right. And then you'll like this name. Oh yes. So we have Pooh as well. You can name your pet. Doesn't really matter. Call him King. Favourite homemade food? Steak. And your favourite thing is rocking. So don't worry if you don't know what all that means, but this is the default thing. You can change any of the names if you want to. Well, let's just carry on for now. So it starts off with a rather creepy night. The year is 1990X. And this is your town. I think it's called Onit, but it could be called Onit. I have no idea. But it's a small town in Eagleland. Because that place exists. And this is where your home is. Just up there. Now, if you are playing this game, or if you are watching the walkthrough for the first time, please, I mean, some parts will just seem so weird and so unusual, but it just adds to the whole game. You've really got to complete it all the way through, so stick with it. It's totally worth it, I promise you. So a loud crashing noise wakes you up. You're in free control of Ness right now. Oh, let me get my notes. Hang on. I made some notes so I knew exactly what to do. I've only played this once. If you go in here, this is your sister Tracy. And if we go over to this present, if you check the present, there's a cracked bat inside. That's your first weapon. So what we shall do is go onto the equip screen, and then weapon, I'm going to equip the cracked bat. It doesn't really do much offence. It will get a lot better when you get more items. Just a little thing to be wary of. HP is obviously your health. PP comes important when you have special PSI moves. So if we talk to your mum here. Okay, she makes you change out of your pyjamas. So you have to start again from your bedroom, pretty much. But now you won't look like a numpty. Go and talk to your dog as well. Okay, don't bother talking to your dog then. Go and see what all the fuss is about. You'll notice... Oh no, this is the right way to go. If you go down here, there are policemen everywhere. You can talk to them if you want. A meteorite has landed. The sharks are running wild in town. You kids are wandering around. And I'm hungry. I hate my job. So if we just keep going up, just to investigate where this strange noise has been coming from. And somewhere up here we should meet our neighbour and soon to be arch-fiend of the game. Who, to be honest, he seems, I say fairly friendly, but like, in comparison to what he becomes, he's quite normal right now. Okay, Okay, so you can't really do much. So now that we found that out, bear in mind that guy lives there. I think you need to know that for later in the game. Also, in here, it's a bread roll. Well worth having and keeping in your inventory. So just make your way back home. It takes a while. But I don't think there are any enemies yet, which is quite good. This game is very hard when you're under-leveled, so make sure you have enough experience to level up. Okay, so you'll just go to bed, and we'll start a new day. No, we won't. Later that night, we hear a strange knocking coming from the door. I didn't think it was knocking at first. I thought it was like part of the game, like music. It's just so rhythmic. Sounds like someone's playing the fucking bongos. Move out my way, Tracy. Right. So if we're going to investigate where the strange knocking is coming from, it's Pokey. Picky is his brother, by the way. Just agreed to help him find his brother. Say, well, talk to him on first. And then go and talk to the dog. Once you've changed out of your pyjamas, obviously. I used to call my dog Norman, just because I think that's a really cool name for a pet. I know someone who has a cat called Norman, so... okay, so King will come with you. Let's just talk to Pokey. So Pokey joins your party as well, for the time being. Phone's ringing over here, just answer the phone. It'll be your dad. You don't see him, and actually at the end credits he is just a phone. So that's who your dad is, the phone. He will help you to save during the game if you're lucky enough to have Super Nintendo without the save state as function on your emulator. Otherwise you can save whenever you want if you're on an emulator. But if not, that's where you go and save. It'll also give you some money. And he will top up your bank account. You can always withdraw money from an ATM. Now, these enemies here are quite tough to begin with. So just bash at the crow for now. King will also do some damage. Pokey will be absolutely useless. And then after a while, once you've knocked it down so that it's weak enough, you'll defeat it and you'll gain experience. So the enemy leaves behind some presents sometimes. I think the crows always leave a cookie. And you can check out your items in the goods section. So I'm going to use a cookie now. It will replenish about 6 HP. It can vary from about 5 to 7 HP. You know, they're quite useful at this stage in the game just to replenish your health. There's another one here. And then a general rule about fighting enemies, if you haven't played this before, if you go in sort of facing each other, as it were, then no one has any sort of advantage. If you're facing away from the enemy, the screen will go red, and the enemy gets a surprise opening attack. If you face an enemy, and the enemy has its back towards you, it will go green, and that means that you have a surprise attack. After you get enough experience, you level up, and I can now use Life Up Alpha, which is quite a cool thing to use. It uses up PSI, but it now means that you can at least boost your health up if you're getting pretty low. Alright, I'm going to call it a day on that part there. Join me again for part 2.